Revenge films.
My name is Taylor Sackman. I was the captain of a formidable baseball team back in high school. Because of this, even though I wasn't attractive by any means, I was popular with girls in school. Some confessed their love to me, while others sent me love letters. All in all, I was surprised by my fame at school. But I was in love with my childhood friend, Melanie, and thus declined them all. Her house was but a stone's throw away from mine, and we were close enough to go to each other's houses often. Although we weren't in the same class, we went to the same school, and while time together became less frequent, our families remained close friends. One day, when I got home, Mom, Melanie, and a friend of hers were sitting on the couch together.
Thanks for the hospitality.
I'd never seen the girl before.
May I introduce Miss Maria Ackeridge? She only moved to our school 3 months ago, and she wants to become your friend, it seems.
Eh?
This must be a dream. Mr. Taylor is in front of me, talking to me. All thanks to Miss Melanie.
I see. This is how me and this girl known as Maria came to know each other. Since then, Melanie frequently brought Maria to my house. But ever since the girl started to stop by, some eerie, mysterious things started to happen around me wherever I went. My underwear, my towels that I used for practice, they often went missing. There was no way Melanie would steal those, so naturally my suspicions fell on Maria. But I couldn't prove anything. But everything changed one day. As usual, they both came over to my place. Melanie had gone to a nearby convenience store to buy some snacks. But unbeknownst to this, I'd left the door to my room open. The sight of Maria taking my underwear and pressing it against her face burned an unpleasant memory into my brain. Disgusted by what I just witnessed, I shouted, "Get out of this house! And don't ever come back!" I tried to kick her out.
Please don't say that. I love you, Mr. Sackman. I want to be with you. Even more, I don't mind if you take me right now.
She grabbed my hand and brought it against her own chest. I quickly swiped my hand away and told her, "Enough! I should tell you that I like Melanie." Just so you know, I hadn't told Melanie how I felt about her yet. I was going to when it became official I was going to my last high school national championships. In response, Maria said,
I get it.
She was much more mature than I thought, and everything came to a close. After I told Melanie what had happened, as well as everything else that had been going on up until now, she promised she'd never bring her again. But since then, Melanie started to keep her distance from me. It became rare for her to stop by. When we just happened to see each other as she walked by, she acted as though she never saw me. She even started to ignore me when I greeted her at school. After a while, I was suddenly called to the teacher's office. Present were not only my homeroom teacher, Mr. Upton, but also my baseball coach, the vice principal, and even the principal. And then these words shot out of Mr. Upton. "So you got Maria Ackeridge from your grade pregnant, eh? What do you suggest to do if this scandal prevents us from going to nationals?" After I asked, I found out that Maria was apparently spreading this rumor that she was carrying my baby. And this rumor echoed in the ears of the teachers. And that's how this whole situation started. Wait, what is the meaning of this? As soon as I said that, another voice said,
Excuse me.
When I turned around, I saw my parents, Maria, and what appeared to be Maria's parents enter the room.
You're Mr. Sackman, I presume. I've heard a lot about you from my daughter. According to her, you've come off as someone who is leading a healthy, proper relationship with her. But could you explain the meaning of this? Getting my own daughter pregnant?
Taylor, I'm so sorry. I couldn't lie my way out.
Miss Maria, what are you talking about?
I want you to do your best for the national championship. So for now, I'll keep quiet, okay? But you have to promise me that once you graduate, you'll have to marry me. And I'll wait for you as I raise the child with my parents. If you promise me that, I'll renounce the rumor and say that it was a lie. And I'll never say that this child is yours again.
My head couldn't keep up with everything, and I went into panic mode. Then my own mother pushed the back of my head down and said,
I'm so terribly sorry for what my son has done.
She tried to force me to apologize, so I quickly brushed off her hand and said, Why in the world are you believing this girl? You know there's no way this child's mine. I denied everything with all my might.
Why do you feign ignorance?
Maria's excuse was pathetic. She stated that once Melanie had gone to the store, she and I engaged in intercourse, and she got pregnant as a result.
I told him to stop it, but he said that he couldn't control himself anymore.
Okay, now I've had absolutely enough. Wrong! That isn't my child! Wow, you don't know when to quit, do you, Mr. Sackman? I'm telling you, her child isn't mine. And that's because I'm a virgin? I knew that such a statement wouldn't redeem myself in this situation. But at this point, that was all I had to topple Maria's propaganda on its head.
What? A virgin at 18 years old?
Right as she unwillingly said that, a man burst into the room. No, that child is mine! Maria, you told me that you would marry me if you got pregnant! The man was Mr. Garrison, the homeroom teacher of Melanie and Maria. I found out later, but apparently Maria had an alias, Miss Nymph, and was famous at her old school for destroying the careers of numerous teachers.
Come on. The pay for teachers are good and stable, right? So why not marry them and live life well and long?
That was why she was known as Miss Nymph, and the teachers would beg Maria's parents to keep quiet about the matter. And under the condition of paying them a large sum in damages, they wouldn't bring legalities into it. And after getting the huge sum, as promised, they never breathed a word. And then they packed up and disappeared somewhere forsaken, where she entered my school. But she never changed since. She targeted Mr. Garrison, and they indeed had sex. She chose to get pregnant this time because she wanted to get married to a teacher after she graduated. And in the end, she did conceive. But soon thereafter, she found out about my existence.
If Mr. Sackman became pro, that would be the cherry on the cake. The pay of a mere teacher is nothing.
Her wishes to marry Mr. Garrison then turned stone cold, and instead decided to pursue me, and she cleverly used someone close to me, Melanie. Then, carefully timing exactly when I'd be in my prime, she would blab about me impregnating her, and pretty much succeed in blackmailing me to marry her, no questions asked. Plus, she assumed that Mr. Garrison wouldn't go out of his way to destroy his own career over this whole thing. Her plan was foolproof. But this unexpected turn of events sent her into a frenzy.
Mr. Garrison, no, I mean, I did sleep with you on one occasion, but this child is unmistakably Mr. Sackman's.
There's no way! That's my child!
You have any proof?
I don't... And at that moment,
There is proof.
Melanie strode into the room. Melanie?
Maria, stop this now. I don't mind you threatening me. By all means, go ahead. But I will not forgive you for trying to take baseball away from Taylor.
She brought out her cell phone and started to play a recording. In it, we heard what Maria had said to her before. It seemed that Maria had threatened Melanie. She told her to keep in touch with me, but never be alone with me, never talk to me. If she broke her promise, she said she would destroy my baseball career. I now fully understood Melanie's anomalous behavior. It wasn't that she started to dislike me. She did what Maria told her to do for my sake, for the national championships.
How dare you record our little talks? You betrayed me. I thought we were friends.
Someone who spreads ridiculous rumors and creating scandals just because they couldn't keep Taylor for themselves was never a friend. I'm done with you, slutty britches. In any case, you're the one who broke your promise with me that you would never hurt Taylor.
With the recording as evidence, a thorough discussion was had among the teachers. According to the evidence, Maria had been pregnant even before she met me. So that alone was solid evidence to disprove her reasoning. Her parents, at that moment, became deathly pale and fell to their knees, begging for forgiveness. Since then, there was some exasperating business with them, And while it wasn't much, we did demand some compensation. Maria was expelled, and after taking care of the baby as an unwanted pregnancy, she moved far away again. Disciplinary action was induced on Mr. Garrison, and what with the depression of getting dumped by Maria, he quit his job. He completely quit being a teacher. I was relieved that the curse of Miss Nymph was finally over.
Taylor said that he liked you, Melanie, but I'm going to make sure he falls for me, and you are going to help me.
Melanie's recording had even caught those words, and I guess it was a good memory that all the teachers present found out about my feelings for Melanie. After the scandal, thanks to Maria, or rather, thanks to her fault, I don't know. Anyway, Melanie and I quickly became a couple.
How was today's video? If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more.